So today we had the biggest news of the not the biggest news of the year, because we do have the Bitcoin halving coming this year, but we have some very big news for the entire crypto and Bitcoin space. I'm sure you guys heard that the Bitcoin ETF, which is an exchange traded product, exchange traded fund, is finally approved. Actually, 11 different applications have been approved by the SEC. So what does this mean? This means that the CBOE and the NASDAQ can now speculate and trade on the price of Bitcoin. So people who trade on those exchanges can speculate on the price of Bitcoin. They could already do that. With the CBOE has had an ETF, a futures ETF, for a pretty long time. But for a futures ETF, it's basically paper Bitcoin. It's basically them just saying, hey, we're only gonna let you bet on the price of it. The reason why the spot ETF is a big deal, because those Bitcoins have to be settled in the actual asset. So they have to be settled in the actual Bitcoin. So if there's a bunch of buy volume on that day, then theoretically a lot of that money that's those Bitcoins being bought would be actually bought in theory. This also gives them the ability to also short it to the other side, so it could create kind of a double-edged sword. But hey, a double-edged sword still cuts on one end when you need it too. So next thing that we need to talk about that's pretty interesting about this entire ETF situation. Look, a lot of people in crypto ain't gonna like this, but this is the day that Satoshi failed. The entire Bitcoin ethos, the Bitcoin white paper, says we created a permissionless cryptocurrency, a permissionless currency, because all of the permission currencies, the dollar, the yen, all of those currencies are getting printed, they're getting abused, they're telling us what we can and what we can do. And here we are on this day celebrating the fact that we finally have permission to trade our permissionless currency. Isn't it very crazy how the crypto market works? What happened in the crypto market is that greed has taken over, and people just want to see these prices go up. When people hear the word greed, they tend to think of it as a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. Sometimes you gotta be greedy in order to better your life. But in this situation, the greed has caused people to want these Bitcoin ETFs instead of going out and teaching everybody how to buy Bitcoin the grassroots way. That was what Satoshi wanted, but hey, here we are with the Bitcoin ETFs. What we found out with this experiment in Bitcoin is that people, at least our society right now, is not fully ready to be decentralized, and that centralized entities serve their place for a reason. So Bitcoin came out, it was invented, you were supposed to be decentralized and this and that, and the first thing you've seen is that centralized entities started popping up so that they can help other people get some Bitcoin. So enough of me ranting on that. Crypto is still doing its thing. The greatest thing that we have from all of this is the solidification that Bitcoin is here to stay. And a lot of the what are they calling old people nowadays, the old heads, all of the boomers believe that Bitcoin is real now. And also some of the people who will never touch a Bitcoin wallet, well, yet, because Web3 will be coming into everybody's life and coming into every industry even more. But for those people who won't touch it, they're going to be on the CBOE trading Bitcoin, and hopefully overall that's good for the Bitcoin price. So in yesterday's video, we talked about the buy the rumor, sell the news with the Bitcoin price. What we have is a bunch of wicks where people got excited right here and right here and right here, and we're kind of headed down. This is the 4-hour chart. So let me go ahead and give you something a little bit more right here on this daily chart right here. So it's looking good. This was the level that we needed to get over, was right here, and we are above it at this point in time at 44. Let's just hold 45k for right now. Let's hold 45k. The 13 moving average will meet us there. When we go to this weekly chart though, remember we were saying this 13 moving average, wanted to see it hit the top of this line right here. Hopefully it's around 41k so we can solidify that bottom. But other than that, we might have a bit of a sell the news situation, because Jim Cramer over here saying sell the news, but it's looking like overall on this weekly chart that people thought we were going to have a nice God candle today, and it's just going to go the way it's been doing. Like, it almost seems as if the news really didn't matter as much as people thought it did. I wonder who would have thought. So Coinbase is actually going crazy because of this news. Because let's talk a little bit more about how these ETFs work. So the ETFs will work they will be listed on NASDAQ, NYSE, and CBOE. Their assets will comprise physical Bitcoin purchased from exchanges and held via custodians like Coinbase. You got BlackRock or some of these big entities holding all their Bitcoin on Coinbase. And Coinbase must be going crazy over the last couple of months. And look, ever since October 23rd, Coinbase basically doubled. For crypto, that's not that crazy, but for a stock like this looks like a crypto chart. This looks like a crypto chart right here for Coinbase. So shout out to those people who actually bought those options in Coinbase and are doing pretty nice right now. The news is out. We're going to come down and chill for a little bit, and then it will probably continue back up. And same thing for Bitcoin. The news is out. We might chill for a little bit and then continue our way back up. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just an enthusiast, happy about these things, and kind of sad because Satoshi failed. But hey, it is what it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. You think Satoshi has failed? Like, people are celebrating the fact that we got permission to do something with a permissionless currency. Is very interesting. Also, this is very bullish because it just brings a ton of money into crypto. It brings like 401ks, for example, all the people who don't give a damn about finances, who just go to work. All of the work zombies can now participate in crypto. This is going to be very interesting. I wonder if Satoshi had this on his notebook pad. Y'all think positive things will happen? RIP to crypto roots. And remember, never finish a negative statement about currency, especially that crypto kind. Peace.